Okay, Bob, go ahead.
Okay, my name is Bob Forrest. I'm an attorney in Massachusetts. I specialize there in firearms licensing matters with the state and federal government officials. I'm a federally licensed firearms dealer in New Hampshire and in Massachusetts. I have a small gun shop in Massachusetts and do quite a few shows in the eastern part of the United States. I've been an attorney in Massachusetts for about 35 years, and my area of expertise is state and federal firearms licensing matters. The collection I have here is a small part of a larger collection. These first few you see here are just relatively inexpensive 22 caliber rifles. The center section is some of the more, well, you might say the more expensive items. The top rifle is a 12-bore rifle designed by the John Wilkes Company in London about 100 years ago. They are still in business, and that rifle is just about 100 years old.
That is to measure elevation.
Beautifully engraved with gold and silver inlay.
Beautiful.
The next rifle down is a Wesley Richards double rifle in 30-30. Very rare gun because Wesley Richards didn't make very many double rifles in American calibers. And that's a factory engraved Wesley 30-30, very unusual gun. The next is a Parker 20 gauge with 30-inch barrels, also a pretty rare gun. They generally didn't make 20 gauge shotguns with 30-inch barrels. Next is a Winchester model 1886 in 45-70.
That's one of the more desirable calibers in that, isn't it, Bob?
It is one of the more desirable calibers, yes. It's not the rarest, but it's desirable. Next is a Charles Daly 20 gauge over-number shotgun.
Okay.
And these two bottoms, the next one down is a Savage Model 99 in 358 Winchester. They made very few of those. I have two of them.
I've never heard of it.
The bottom one is also a Savage 99 in 22 high power, which is also a pretty rare gun. That one was a custom factory order. It has a threaded muzzle, presumably for putting a silencer on it for, back in those days, barnyard animal control, predator control. These are just some typical hunting rifles. The top is a Winchester Model 70. Stuck in between there is an old Stevens 32 caliber. This is a Weatherby Vanguard and 7mm Remington Magnum. Very nice hunting rifle. These are just some odds and ends from my collection. Inert canisters
for gas grenades, right? Police?
Yes. Some more just standard, this is a long-range Remington target rifle. And the others are just standard all-around 22 caliber rifles. This is some of my Class 3 collection. This is a Smith & Wesson Model 76 machine gun, 9mm. The bottom one is a Mac 10 45 caliber machine gun. And hiding over there in the back on the table is an MK760 machine gun, which is really a clone of the Smith & Wesson. If you look at them, they're almost identical. This is an 8-gauge double shotgun. Gun weighs almost 20 pounds.
20 pounds.
Yeah, not something you want to carry around not too long.
Cool. Who made that, Bob? Do you know?
It was made by a company called Redfern. I believe it's British, but that's the only information I have about it. It's an antique, obviously. It's well over 100 years old.
Okay.
take a look at the other side with some of the glass case stuff.
Sure.
Various types of handguns. Some of these in this case are, I wouldn't call them antiques, but some of them are quite old. Cool. Some more assorted handguns, some Colt 45 caliber.
All right.
More modern types of guns. This is a 460. Let me just open this up. It's a 460 Smith & Wesson Magnum, very powerful handgun. And then some smaller personal carry weapons in 380 caliber.
Sure.
Small collection of assorted knives and grips.
Handcuffs and gold-plated.
Yeah, some various odds and ends.
Cool. Let's get a picture of this. That's a beauty down there, isn't it?
That's a 1914 Mauser. Pretty unique because it has the original manual and the original box.
No kidding. I've never seen either one. I mean, I've had the guns, but I've never seen the manual.
Yeah, there are very few of them around. And then, of course, everybody has to have Lugers, and that's a portion of my collection of Lugers. One of these Lugers, this one down here in the corner, is a pretty rare gun. It was one of the test Lugers that was brought into the United States back at the turn of the century when the U.S. government was testing Lugers with the idea of possibly adopting them for use by our military. And as we all know, the Colt 45 won out.
Yeah.
And these are some modern handguns. The gun in the case in the back is a Colt Thompson submachine gun. It's a 1921 with what they call a 1928 overstamp. And the reason was because there was a change in the construction of the guns between 1921 and 28, and rather than renumbering the guns, what they did was they made the change and then they just overstamped the 21 and made it the 28.
Okay.
And this is just some odd ammunition from a gun shop that I bought out a number of years ago.
Bob, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Okay.
Bob Forrest from New Hampshire or Massachusetts?
New Hampshire and Massachusetts both.
From both, an attorney who sells guns. Thank you very much.